Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome into another VR accessibility overview, and this one is for Escaping Wonderland, which is available on Steam for PC VR, the PS5 for the PSVR 2, and on the Meta Store for the MetaQuest 2, 3, 3S, which is what I was on, and the Pro. Alright, starting off, Steam VR support. According to the Steam store page, that is a yes. It seems to be the only thing that is supported. It does not even mention whether you can use a Meta headset. So if you're on PC VR and that is what you typically use, proceed with caution. You might not be able to play it. Alright, seated mode. Yes. There's not an official option in the settings. This game, even on the Steam store page, which is a shock because it's usually not even mentioned, but it says you can play it seated or you can play it room scale. Given that you're seeing the gameplay and it's kind of like 2D, not really sure how you do that. I guess it's just rotating, and then in the certain sections where the game does go into a first-person view, maybe, I guess, room scale could work. Changeable controls. You can change. I think it didn't really seem to do anything, but there's an option. You saw me going through them here at the beginning of the video, that you can flip gadgets. Not really too sure. I thought that was supposed to do something with the slingshot. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I didn't really notice changes. I thought it would be on the left side, but it was still on the right. But regular control changes, that would be a no. However, obviously, if you're on Steam, you have the Steam VR rebinds. If you're on the PS5, you can, while in the PSVR 2, go and change the controls on the PSVR 2 controllers and in the accessibility settings. And if you're on a MetaQuest headset, you can of course go into the accessibility settings on it, and you can remap all the controls to what you would want them to be. Movement types. Smooth. I know it sounds kind of weird, but it's just smooth. The game is a kind of like out of, it's almost, I guess you're the camera, like that's all you really are. Again, except for like first person sections that do happen. You'll be seeing some in this gameplay if you haven't already, by the time I get to this point, where you will need to actually do things. But other than that, it's a side scroller. Turning types, you have snap turning for either perspective, whether side scrolling or first person. You will have snap turning, but when you are in the kind of side scrolly, which seems to be probably the majority of the game, you have snap turning, but there are also will always be vines. You learn about them like a few minutes in, not even, and by grabbing those, and especially two at the same time, you can physically rotate the game and all of that, and not even have to use the snap turning if you don't want. Colorblind modes. No colorblind modes. But if you, as always, are on a MetaQuest headset, you can go into the accessibility settings, go under visual, and then the color correction to turn on any of the three colorblind choices that you typically see in more non-VR games these days. not so much in VR games. Really a misstep in my opinion, but hopefully one day it'll be a common thing. It won't have to specifically rely on it being included in the accessibility settings on the headset that we're using. Closed captions, subtitles, all that good stuff. Yes, they are on by default. The kind of unique thing about this is that at times, especially in like first person story parts, it will appear in front of you, but on the side scrolling bit it will actually appear just on pieces of the game world, still typically within your sight. You may have to like lower yourself or raise yourself with the vines to always be able to kind of see them. Kind of weird, kind of strange, but also unique. I don't know, but they are there. I promise you, they are there. All right, difficulty levels. No. No difficulty levels. You will see little question mark buttons occasionally, and those will give you a hint on how to solve whatever puzzle you may be doing. But other than that, the game is just, I think, solely focused on giving you a story. So difficulty is not a thing at all. And for the finale, upper body and arm movement levels. I am going to say a moderate to full. I would like to say minimal, but there are points where you just cannot pull yourself close enough without having to grab like higher up vines to climb the, Molly will go up to a higher spot and you'll have to use the vines to climb up, or grab two vines to rotate, or this or that, or reach out to grab to touch a collectible. You can get away with a little bit, if you do a little bit of movement off of like an armrest. If you don't have a ton of reach with your arms, if you can get that far, you should have a pretty good time, pretty easy go of it. But if you have extreme trouble moving your arms that far, maybe they're just on like an armrest, and you can't move them past that point, I feel like you wouldn't have an easy go at this game, and it may just outright be almost impossible. But that is just my feeling. If I'm wrong, honestly, that'd be great. But more people to play games, the better. But it does not look that way, at least to me. Alright, and that is going to do it for this accessibility overview. Thank you guys. I took a little bit of a break in June. I am back. I think I'm going to do that every like 3 months or so. Just have a time to chill. But I'm back. We're back. Doing more videos. Once a week, as always. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this video helped you. Maybe it can help somebody you know who's on the fence about this game, wasn't really too sure. Hopefully this will give the answers that you or they want. But if you can, I know typical YouTubers ask you to share the video. Down in the description, always at the top, I will ask you to share that, which is the link to the Google spreadsheet where I have all of the notes for the a lot of games, 140 plus, I think, that I've done notes for over the years, and I think this is going to be the 109th overview video. So 140 something sets of notes, and next to what will be 109 of them will also be video links to the overview videos. So in case you don't want to read the notes and you want some goofy guy on the internet talking about it, then hey, there you go. But yeah, please share that if anything, and hopefully you have a great rest of your day or night whenever you happen to be watching this, and I will see you later. Alright, bye.